Hey, Planeswalkers, Mithras here. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. Today we got something exciting, another user-submitted deck, so thank you so much. I love these. This is also a top 200 deck and also been staying there for a while, so I'm very, very excited to bring you this particular one today. Now, Planeswalkers, we'll talk about the main board, we'll talk about the sideboard, we'll pull both those two together for a how to sideboard for best of 3 or guide, and then we'll go play some Mythic Magic here in both best of 1 and best of 3 today. So very, very excited about this. Now, before we get started, a huge thank you, as always, because I truly appreciate your support. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there. Additionally, like the video if you like it. You can like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter and Twitch to stay up to date on daily content like this. Other ways to stay connected down below in the description or support the channel. My Untapped profile is there so you guys can follow my journey, and the companion app is there as well so you guys can share yours with me. Now, also feel free to become a patron or a YouTube member. Lots of great ways to interact, lots of great benefits, and totally appreciative of all that. All right, Planeswalkers, let's go ahead and see what we have today for this top 200 deck. We have, my friends, a Sultai Yorion Fae deck. That is correct. So very, very pumped about this one. Comes to us from a user by the name of Miko GK. I probably mispronounced that, so apologies, but that's I'm going to go with that today. So thank you so much for sharing this deck with us. Very, very excited to be playing it. A couple of big things. The deck just tries to survive early game, so you guys can see that here. Additionally, it's all about that mid-range to late game, really late game battle there, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. And the other cool thing is there's a ton of escape cards here that give you different options against your opponents that can also be beneficial as well. All right, so Planeswalkers, with that said, quickly, as always, deck list is available for you down below in the description, so you have access to it right away. Deck link down there. Discord server information is there as well. If you do have questions, like I said, please let me know. Here to help. So quickly, Sultai is about the blue, green, and the black color schema from the Magic color wheel here. So that's islands, forests, and obviously the good old swamps. All right, so that gives us Sultai. Yorion's all about this guy here, companion. Flying, our starting deck or the constraint contains at least 20 cards more than the minimum deck size. In this standard, it's 60, so we got 80 cards. When it enters the battlefield, exile any number of other non-land permanents we own and control, then return those to the battlefield at the beginning of our next 10 steps. So a beautiful... Oh, excuse me. Horrible. Apologies. Beautiful, beautiful blink. Yeah, and I'm going to leave that in there. So, beautiful blink for you. And then last but not least, Fae. So it is Fae the Wishes here. This is a sorcery card with an enchantment creature card. It's got adventure creature card. It's adventure. We may reveal a non-creature card we own from outside the game, put it into our hand, and then it's got flying. It's a 1/4 little brick, and then for 2 we can discard 2 cards, return it to our hand. This gives us the ability to access our sideboard and have a whole host of options. So today's best of 3 really sideboard. We're going to talk about some of the options that we're going to pull for. So sideboarding is going to be done a little bit differently today. So that is a couple callouts there. And then that makes out this particular deck. So as I said, objectively, it's about pulling successfully with Fae. It's about the mid-range, really late game battle here with this deck, and lots of cool ways. And then, as I also mentioned, decent ways to use escape to overpower some of everyone's favorite opponents there. So we're going to run through this deck in its totality quickly so you guys can kind of see everything it's all about, because there are a lot of cards when it comes to Yorion decks. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about each of these cards kind of individually. Always got some of my favorite ones in here, so important. Additionally, we are running that lovely 33 lands. So first off, we have Blood Chief's Thirst here. Destroy target creature or a Planeswalker, convert mana cost to or less. If it's kicked for another 3 at sorcery speed, destroy any. Super awesome. Here's the first one in terms of escape. We get good old Cling to Dust. Exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a creature card, we gain 3 life. Otherwise, we draw a card. We can escape it for 4. Exile 5 other cards from our graveyard. Rinse and repeat. Then we got the Fae of Wishes, which we talked about. Agonizing Remorse here. Target opponent's going to reveal their hand. We choose a non-land card from it or a card from the graveyard. So very, very important. So keep that play in mind. That's a pro tip. I've done this in the historic decks a few times. You guys can check out some of those games. Exile that card if you lose. If we do, you lose, or we lose 1 life. We have Eliminate, destroy target creature or planeswalker with convert mana cost or less. We have Heartless Act, another instant speed kill spell, destroy target creatures with no counters on it, or remove up to 3 counters from target creature. We got the good old Golden Egg. So when it enters, we draw a card. We can sack it, add 1 color of any mana to any color, and then sacrifice it. We gain 3 life. Tap it for 2, obviously. Then we got Maze Mind. So here we can put a page counter on Maze Mind, scry 1, put a page counter on Maze Mind Tomb, draw a card for 2. When there are 4 or more page counters on Maze Mind Tomb, exile it. If we do, we gain 4 life. In this deck, my preference actually would be to run 4 of these, so that's something you could consider over the Golden Eggs. Just my point of view in terms of kind of optimizing the deck and looking at some of the other cards that you may have. Additionally, getting the 4, even though there's a little more work, the 4 of, but the additional draw is a little bit more powerful, in my opinion, over the Golden Egg here. So something to consider. Then we get into Elspeth's Nightmare. Here, again, a saga, destroy target creature and opponent controls with power 2 or less. 2, target opponent reveals their hand. We choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards that card. And then 3, exile target opponent's graveyard. Honestly, it seems like we get to 3 and this deck's got like almost everything covered, man. So powerful. Then we have Cultivate here. We search our library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal those cards, and put them on the battlefield tapped. And then the other in our hand, then shuffle our library. Then we got good old Extinction Event here. Choose odd or even. Exile each creature with converted mana cost of the chosen value. 0 is even. 0s are tokens, so that will clean those out. Then we got Pulokranos Unchained. So this enters with 6 +1/+1 counters on it. Escapes with 12 +1/+1 counters. If damage would be dealt to this creature while it has +1/+1 on it, counter on it, prevent that damage and remove that many. For 3 it fights. For 6 and 6 other cards from our graveyard, we bring this bad boy back. Then we got Solemn Simulacrum, my favorite artifact creature golem. When it enters, we may search our library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. Battlefield tapped, then shuffle. And then when it dies, we may draw a card. Then we got Shadow's Verdict. This card is such a knockout and so underplayed, I think. It is getting more action now on Dimir control and those kinds of things, but exile all creatures and planeswalkers with convert mana cost 3 or less from the battlefield, and all creatures and planeswalker cards with convert mana cost 3 or less from all graveyards. So powerful. And this deck isn't going to hit any of our stuff, which is great. Then we move into Ashiok Nightmare Muse. Here, whenever this creature attacks or blocks, each opponent exiles, or sorry, for a +1, we create a 2/3 black and blue nightmare creature, and that nightmare creature, as I was mentioning, attacks or blocks, we get to exile the top 2 cards from our opponent's library. Down 3, we can return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. They exile a card from their hand. Down 7, we may cast up to 3 spells from among face-up cards our opponents own from exile without paying for their mana cost. So very, very powerful. And then last but not least, we got the good old Ugin Dragon. So Ugin +2 deals 3 damage to any target. Down X, exile each permanent with converted mana cost X or less. That's 1 or more colors, so very, very powerful. We're not going to hit a ton of our stuff. Actually, we're not going to hit anything minus Elspeth's Nightmare, potentially Pulokranos too, so we got to be careful there, and Ashiok. So not a lot though. 1 or more colors, and then last down 10, we gain 7 life. We draw 7 cards. then put up to 7 permanent cards from among them on the battlefield. Just a huge game closer. Now, quickly here, in terms of lands, we got a lot of things, very, very powerful. Crawling Barrens, one of my favorites. So glad to see 4 of here. Field of Ruin, awesome. So glad to see that in here too. I would run 4 of. The other thing that I would consider is throwing in 1 or 2 Castle Vantresses and maybe 1 or 2 Castle Lockwinds for that draw. But awesome deck. Super exciting. Obviously, I'm not top 200 right now. Just giving some food for thought on the deck. All right, so now we're going to move into the sideboard. So the sideboard's set up a little bit differently because we're not really going to be playing best of 3 with it in terms of moving things out and putting them in. So we can keep that in mind. Now, with that said, we're still going to play our best of 3 because that's what I do, and I'm going to take this best of 1 deck into best of 3 because that's what I do. So first off here, and we'll talk about all the options here. Now, first off here, we have Tormod's Crypt, so we can sack this, exile all cards from target player's graveyard. You're going to run this against cycle decks. You're going to run this against mid-range decks, other decks that are relying on their graveyard. This is going to be one of your key cards. Then we have Duress. So target opponent reveals their hand. We choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards a card. Anyone that's running kind of a control deck, this works good. It also works good against other spell decks, giving you a nice option there. Then we have a negate, counter target non-creature spells. So we know when we're playing decks like mono red control, mono black control, when they're going to drop Ugins, this is something that we're going to want to pull early to kind of protect ourselves in some of those situations. Now, we don't have to worry too much because even if they drop an Ugin, they don't got a ton they can hit, but we just got to be aware of that. Then we have Epic Downfall. Exile target creature with converted mana cost or greater. This would be really helpful against the Gruul Aggro decks. Really, really nice sometimes against mono red decks. Lots of play that we can play. With this card. So good situations here. Definitely against even like mono white life gain. This can hit Heliod, those kinds of things. Then we have Inscription of Abundance. So I really like this one. So here for 2, and it can be kicked. We can choose 1. If it was kicked, we choose any number. The first one is put +2, +1/+1 counters on target creature. Target player gains X life, where X is the greatest power among creatures they own. This on Pulachronos would be amazing. And then target creature we control fights target creature we don't control. So again, great matchup there. When you got to take a creature off the board and you've done some of your other stuff and don't have the removal, that's a great one to play. Very, very nice in terms of if you need the life gain too, because we don't really have life gain minus Cling to Dust outside that. Return to Nature. Choose 1. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or exile card from graveyard. Good against Rakdos midrange. Great against Doom decks. Esper or Yorion Doom, Esper Doom, Orzhov Doom, Mardu Doom, you name it, Doom, and this is going to be your friend. Also good against abundance of obviously any other enchantments or artifacts that you may run into. Drown and Lock. Drown the Lock's great. So here we can choose 1 counter target spell with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of cards in controller's graveyard, or destroy target creature with converted mana cost less than or equal. Same deal. Great if you need to take a creature off the board. Great if you need another counter spell. Gonna run really well with negate. Good one to pull early if you need. Really like that. Then we got Maze Mind Tomb, so we covered this. We already got 1 here. I like this, honestly, like any match, any time. Depends on the situation. If you need to draw a bunch of cards, start pulling that one. Then we got Barrier Breach. So this card is awesome. So here, exile up to 3 target enchantments. So powerful. Pull it against mono white life gain, I would cry. Pull it against Doom decks, I would cry. Lots of great spots for you. Anyone running enchantments, this could be a friend. You could even hit people with mono red too if they're running Annex and those kinds of things. E2 Extinction, another great instant speed spell here. Exile target creature or planeswalker, great thing to hit Ugin with. Look at the top card of our library and put that card in our graveyard. So lots of great options here, lots of great plays with this particular card that we can pull with Fae. Extinction Event, we already covered. You're going to play this against aggro decks, creature heavy decks. You're going to pull it when you are not in a good enough position to really trade one for one, and you need to trade one for many. Shadow's Verdict, same thing. Any board that's running, and I actually like this better than Extinction Event, any board that's running a bunch of creatures, pull this and wipe the board. Then we got Ashiok Nightmares, Muse, and Ugin. So 2 options again to pull at the top end. If we can't get to them, we can go pull our finisher when we needed some finishing touches, and that's what's going to seal the deal. So really, really like the deck. Very, very excited about playing this for you today. I think we got a lot of awesome options. Takes a lot of practice in terms of figuring out when you're going to pull things, when you're not, when to pull them, how to pull them, what you want to do. So hopefully we get a couple of opportunities to do that for you today. Obviously the deck's very powerful by itself, even if you don't run them, you get the Fae. So again, kudos to Miko GK here. Very, very excited to be playing your deck. Again, thank you for sharing it with me. And those of you that do have top 1500 decks and top decks, please send it my way. Love covering these things. I think it's great for all of us, and I enjoy doing it. So, all right, Planeswalkers, let's hop into it. So that is the deck today. And we're going to go play some Standard Ranked right off the bat. There's my lovely mono white deck. You guys can check that out. We got a lot of stuff that we're running. Orzhov Aggro, we just ran the top 25 Selesnya 4-power credible deck. You guys go ahead and check those out and let me know what you think. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it here. Again, Planeswalkers, questions or comments, let me know down below. Down in the description is the Discord server as well, so feel free to hop in there. And also other great ways to support the channel, like becoming a patron or a YouTube member. Always appreciate that. And then last but not least, please feel free to subscribe down over there. Additionally, like the video if you like it. You can like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter and Twitch as well. Thank you, Planeswalkers. So I really like this. We got a couple good ideas here. We got colors that we need. We got all the colors that we need, so I'm going to keep it. We also got my favorite Crawling Barons. So if we do run into, we are down paired here, if we do run into a faster deck, this could be a little bit different, so that's a good start. I'll do this first. Now we could run into some counter magic challenges here, we'll find out. So I'm not going to worry about the double Windrobber to start out here. I am going to do this. I'm going to do my Agonizer Unleash first. Let's see what they got. So we'll get rid of the Ashiok.
I've lost my inspiration.
Take it off the board first with that. Then I'll play Elspeth's Nightmare. Probably, you know, the only thing with that though is I did open myself up to a counter spell here. So that is something I'm going to think about here. That could certainly hurt me. Let's see. Yeah. So I played the escape card first.
This is my fate.
you go. I like it. So now what we're going to do here is if they leave one Merfolk up, we're going to hit it with Nightmare. So they'll get their draw. But now I'm going to get some damage in. Oh, so many tutelages. So when I ran the tutelage decks, it definitely was what I would say 2 of them to get me to where I needed to be. They certainly are on a fast pace here. Oh, that's big for me. So we can thin. Question is, do we want to thin and get this 6 back here? Well, I feel like we do this. There we go. Death touch didn't kill it. Woo, baby. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wow, nice top deck was there up there. It's a huge top deck for them.
Perfection is a journey, not a destination.
Here's at least 5.
Consider this a warning.
Oh, we have no kill spells. here. I'm gonna get rid of the other one to force him to exile, unfortunately. Need something. We need something in terms of an answer. There we go. That's something.
Do not ignore
Oh, wow.
my draconic talents.
What? Well, let's think. So attack block hit there. They still have the one on the top. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, what can we pull from our sideboard? We have the exile enchantments, which would be amazing too. So here's what we do, I think. Don't have lethal.
I learned much today.
Oh. Oh. If we would have pulled 4, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We still didn't have enough because we would have had 3 left there. So very, very close. Just wrong mix. We definitely had enough. The Xerath kind of killed us. They had enough coverage there anyway. Oh, so close. So close. We didn't hit any of our stuff. Minus Pulokranos there that could have made a difference though in our best of 1 match. So let's go ahead and see if we can exact revenge in our next match here. Very, very good. Got to see a lot of the deck. Unfortunately, couldn't quite get to the option that we needed in terms of what we could have pulled. The 4 would have left us with, unfortunately, not enough. Not enough. Yeah, any way that we played it, they had just enough threats on there to do enough damage to us. So we go first. I like this. We'll keep it. I'll go pull a black, and we'll go from there. We got 2 kill spells, or 1 kill spell, one dig. We get draw, we get some cantripping. All right. Oh, excuse me. I'm allergic to magic today. I swear. It looks like a food deck. Get rid of that. I don't like the wolf the most. Now, if we can get to, I'm gonna look. There we go. Go get our blue. Pull that actually.
What a hero.
Uh-oh. We'll keep that, because that's going to be a game changer. So all we need to do is survive here. Well, the fact that they did not kill this is slightly confusing. So we do this. That is going to hurt. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need one more land. Now we still have our Heartless Act. So we could really get their Barons here. Oh, we got it. Yes. Super, super nice. Very, very well played. There we got to see the Shadow's Verdict, and that is why it's such a blowout card, my friends. So 1-1 in best of 1. Really, really nice matches. We're going to move into our best of 3 now here and play our top 200 Sultai Yorion Fae, because I think it'll be just fine there as well. So a bunch of stuff, as I've said, you guys go check it out. But we are playing this one today. All right, Planeswalkers, as always, huge thank you. Truly appreciate your support. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there. Additionally, like the video if you like it. You can like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Stay up to date on daily content like this. Other ways to support the channel, down below in the description, like becoming a patron or a YouTube member. Always appreciate that. Great benefits and ways for us to interact. Love seeing your deck lists, you guys, and love critiquing those and QAing those. Quickly, also in the description is the deck list, the link if you guys are looking for that as well, and the Discord channel, so feel free to hop in there. And again, this is the top 200 Sultai Yorion Fae deck by Miko GK. So congrats, Miko, and user submission deck. And if you guys are ever wanting to submit one of your decks, please feel free to reach out. I love taking a look, love playing your top decks. No one wants to see me play my decks all day. I love playing yours anyway. I do like brewing, you guys. You know that. All right. Waiting on our opponents. This has been a nice, long, healthy 20 minutes here, I think. No, I'm just kidding. Ooh. I like it because I do have these. Oh, it's a tough keep. It's a tough keep. We are running 40+% lands. I'll try it. It's risky. I got the Clang as well. One of the other reasons why I kept it. Alright, it's going to be a Gruul match. Here we go. Just got to get to 5. If we can make it to 5, we'll be golden. We need a land. We really need a land here. Take it for right now. Getting that guy out. Don't want the draw. We just need one more land, you guys. Ooh. There we go. What do we have that can do something against questing? We need a kill spell against that. I can at least slow it down. Well, the verdict's gonna hit my own guy. That's fine. I don't like showing the Fae either. So they definitely have to cleave. There it is. Ooh, and they didn't go for it. Oh, here we go.
Your heroics are but a dream to me.
What a nice top deck. Such a nice top deck. Can you believe that? So the only, like, the couple plays that we do have, so we had to play that. We had to play that. If we wouldn't have played that, the Fae, they would have killed us. We know that. What we could have played, so we have Epic Downfall, we have E2 Extinction, we have Extinction Event, we also have this if we need to clear something, and Draw and Lock. So we do have a couple direct kill spells, so we just need to keep that in mind. But that was the correct play. We didn't have enough mana, we didn't have what we needed to, so we'll keep this. We were a little slow. We know that we need to keep a very fast-paced hand in terms of kills. If we can make it, we'll be okay. So we got 2 here. I'll keep this because we got all our lands again. Oh, it was so close. What a top deck. If we would have made it one more round there, we would have been just fine. We would have been just fine. Oh, what a bummer. What a bummer. Very, very epic first game, though. All right, let's see what our friend is doing here. All right, we are off. I will take that off right away. I'm going to play this to get some life back here. Go for some thinning. Now, what I'm hoping for is if I can double up. If they probably got cleave here and we're done. So. No cleave. There we go. There we go. Play this first.
Guys, I like animals better than people.
Let's grab green.
Dare you to stop this?
I'm gonna take the damage. It's got the cleave, we got it. Or if they got I didn't have enough to pull it back, so. Bone Crusher will do it too. I deserve that. I deserve that. So, unfortunately, not the showing that we wanted there. We fell from 96 to 95%. We did get to see the deck. Happy with that. We didn't get to Ugin. But again, you need some very, very solid kill spells there at the beginning. Unfortunately, I just did not get the right mix today. But really, really enjoyed the deck. Let's go ahead here again and look at this top 200 Sultai Fae Yorion deck. You know, it's kind of surprising because we did have a ton of these, but we just didn't get there. Again, what I would consider is moving up some of those maze mines instead of the golden eggs, but that's just me. Overall, really, really like the deck. I'd probably run another Shadow's Verdict too, to be honest. But again, we know that we're pulling from the sideboard. So lots of good ideas, lots of great ideas. Really, really, really liked it. Anyway, Planeswalkers, questions or comments, let me know down below. Again, top 200 Sultai Yorion Fae deck by Miko GK. Congrats, Miko, on hitting the top 200 here. And again, appreciate sharing the deck. You guys shoot it my way. Love doing it. Always happy to cover these things. Again, very solid, tough matchups. Nonetheless, just didn't quite get to where we needed to. But you know what? Very, very happy with the results either way. So, all right, Planeswalkers, with that said, as always, again, finally, huge thank you. Truly, truly appreciate your support. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there. Additionally, like the video if you like it. You can like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Stay up to date on daily content like this. All right, you stay safe, Planeswalkers. Lots of great ways for us to connect down below in the description, deck list down there. I'll see you again soon. A lot more things coming your way. All right, until next time, be good.